Hello and welcome back to another chapter of Organic Ghost Detector by Dragons Are Cool on AO3. Chapter 2, Skeletons. When they finally did go in, the inside of the building managed to be even creepier. Guys, I think this ghost was an alcoholic, Skiz guessed as he kicked an empty can of beer across the floor, one of many. It rattled off into the darkness beyond their flashlights. And of course the breaker's out, Green complained, flipping a light switch. It might be upstairs, or it might be behind the kitchen. The report wasn't super clear on that, Impulse offered. Green turned and aimed his flashlight up the rickety old stairs. Well, have fun with that, Impulse. Where was the kitchen then? Green wandered off, away from the stairs. All right. Impulse chuckled and waved the other two on and headed up the stairs to try and find the breaker. He wound up finding it back in some utility type room. Power's on. He filled in his team as he swept the room with his flashlight. The room was filled with all sorts of tools, scattered about across old, dusty, heavily battered workbenches. I think this alcoholic was also a carpenter. The light reflected back at him from the slightly rusted side of an old table saw. He backed out of the room warily and headed back towards the stairs. We've got temperatures dropping in the primary bedroom, Skiz called then over the radio. Alright, I'll go get Dots and the camera, Impulse called back before heading back out to the truck. Thankfully, it was a short trip. He was back to the ghost room with the equipment before anything else exciting happened. He was just setting up the tripod when Green's voice came in over the radio this time. Guys? What's up, G? Skiz responded with a fond smile. The radio clicked on again for a few seconds before the avian actually responded. I found a skull! Whoa! Skiz shared a look of surprise with Impulse. You're gonna want to do your thing, Mr. Photographer. Yeah. He waved his friend off before clicking the radio himself. Where you at, Green? Garage. Impulse heard Skiz snicker behind him as he headed that way. I love the way he says garage. He mimicked the one word. Impulse made his way back through the house, past the kitchen and out towards the garage. Much like the entryway, beer cans and bottles littered most of the surfaces. Old moldy dishes dotted among them. Something living scuttled by just outside his light. A skull, huh? Impulse asked as he came into the room, stepping carefully through the mess. He found Green crouching near the back wall, with his flashlight trained on something behind one of the trash bins. Impulse came around to stand beside him, and sure enough, there was an entire skull laying there on its side. Wow! Impulse knelt beside him to snap a picture. In the light of the flash, he could see dried blood smeared up the side of the bin. He still stood and pulled back the lid, only to slam it right back down and lead away from the assault on his nose. I think I found the rest of him. He looked away to take a deep breath to hold before kicking the lid up again and take another picture. He dropped the lid down again when he was done, sending a wave of rotten air over him and Green. Guess we know what type of haunt this is. Green shivered beside him. What do we do about it? Thankfully, nothing. Impulse extended an arm to guide them out of the garage. We'll add it to the report, and it'll become the scout's problem. I never had to deal with any stuff like that with Jimmy. It's not that common for the body to still be here. Usually police have been through before and take care of it in the daylight, Impulse explained, leading the way to the ghost room. I think this house is just so remote, no one really knew what happened here. Then how are we here? Impulse shrugged. Places like this are rarely not haunted. Probably someone just inherited the property somehow and wanted to clear it before coming to it themselves. Happens a lot. Green just hummed. How are things going in here, guys? Impulse greeted Skiz and Scar. Anything yet? We've got orbs, Scar stated excitedly. Skiz helped me find them. Nice. Impulse pulled out his journal to make a note of it. We'll still, we'll still need you guys your own journal. We still need to get you your. We still need to get you guys your own journals, don't we? He remarked. Oh, Skiz laughed. That would probably be a good idea, wouldn't it? Just a bit. Impulse huffed. What else do we need in here now, though? I don't think we've looked for UV or writing yet. Skiz spun in a circle looking at the gear they did have, scattered messily about as was expected of the angel. Alright, G and I will go grab that. Impulse led them away again for his second trip out to the truck. And that's the end of Chapter 2.